Okay, hi. I'm going to show you how to make the starter, how to feed the starter. So I have the starter here. I fed it last night at about midnight, and I put the cover on. I take it off now, and you can see that it's sort of foamy. And this is sort of the consistency that it is, kind of like that, kind of thick, like a pancake batter. So what I'm going to do, I kind of knocked it down a little because it rose overnight. This is the thing I use to stir it. It's actually, I forget the name, but it helps you to mix bread doughs. It's quite strong. It's better than a whisk because the dough doesn't get all caught up inside the tines. So I'm going to put that on my scale. This is my handy digital scale, bought at Amazon. Put this on the scale. I'm going to tare it to make it 0. And then I have my little spoon, my all-purpose flour, or you can use bread flour, but all-purpose is cheaper, so I use that to feed the starter. And when I make the bread, I use the bread flour. So I'm going to put about 75 grams in here, which is like maybe 3 or 4 tablespoons. It's maybe more than that, but anyway, I like to put 75 grams, which I just did. And then put that back on. And then I'm just going to simply take a little cup, get some water, kind of not too cold, hopefully room temperature, slightly tepid is better. You can use distilled water. A lot of people say you should, but I have found it doesn't make any difference. They say that the chlorine in the water can hurt the bacteria that is in your starter, but I don't think that's true. I mean, it may be true, but it doesn't seem to affect it enough to matter. So I just pour my water, 75 grams flour and water by the same weight. And you don't have to be exact, but you can be. And then it kind of just looks, like this. It's a mess, but I'm going to just stir it. And you stir it and stir it until, I'm going to put it on the table because it's easier. And as you can see, it's getting more and more fluid until you get a nice smooth paste. And there should be no lumps if you do it this way. Just put both the flour and the water at the same time. You don't need to add them gradually because that makes it a little more difficult overall. If you just add them all at once, mix it, you're going to get a nice smooth starter. And you can see it's getting nice and smooth. It's got a few lumps, but those will smooth out as long as there's not too big of a lump. And you make it nice and just kind of beat it a little bit so it's mostly smooth. There we go. So now that's really quite smooth, as you can see. In fact, I can take I'm going to take this out, and I'm going to even get a ladle here, or a big spoon, so you can see the consistency that it is. It sort of just looks ever so slightly lumpy, but that'll go away once it sits and starts to ferment more. So that's how it should be. And then what I do after that, I'm just going to wipe down the sides like this. Clean the sides of the cup. And I'm going to put this, let's get that spatula back. I'm going to put about that much in there, but at least it has room to rise now because it's going to double in value. And then I just put the lid on, and you put it like that at room temperature. There's also these, if you don't want to buy one of these right here, you can use either this is really easy I found, and I don't know what it's called, but it's pretty good because it mixes it well. It's a little flexible, so I like both of them, but the other one is more stiff, so it's a little easier. But you can get the dough out of this easily. The whisk is the least favorite option because the tines are so close together, and it's hard sometimes to get the batter out of there, but it works fine too. So anyway, that's it. And then you could leave this out overnight, and you can do it once a week. But when it's time to make bread, I like to feed it at least twice before I make the bread, so it starts to become more active and bubbly. And you saw how it was from just one feeding. I hadn't fed it in like 3 days maybe. So anyway, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed the video.